What is up, everybody? This is the Geekish Gamer. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite games that were presented at E3 2016. So without further ado, let's get this started. Now, with it being one of my favorite games, The Last Guardian, which was shown at E3 2016, has become an outstanding amazement in design and creative design of processing by developers. The game takes you as a little kid as you play and have this emotional feeling context with this little giant griffin type of animal with great detail and great cinematics to the great trait of what emotional gaming is supposed to be. And it shows another side of gaming that we really don't see too often, which is the emotional side of gaming, the side of gaming that can make a person feel, not just have action play through. This puts a lot of detail into the story, and it makes you feel that as a player of the game, you will have a lot of emphasis with emotional context in this game. So The Last Guardian is one of my favorite games of E3 2016, so check it out, please. Another one of my favorite games at E3 2016 was Detroit Become Human. Now, why do you ask? Well, it seems that this game has so much potential and has been able to make me feel a different type of way during video gameplay and trailers at E3 2016. In this game, you're able to express your opinion through the decisions you make in this game. Not only that, you'll be making a whole lot of sense doing this thing as people call decisive action making in video games. Now, as Connor, as the android, you're supposed to help people out. You're supposed to save people. You are an investigator. You are the person that's supposed to make decisions and investigate. And you can make your own dilemmas, face your own challenges, make your own this, and make your own story, and make your own this and that, which I think is not a lot of games that are doing nowadays. Collecting information, making dilemmas, making your own story as a gamer. And that's why I love to see here. Not only that, they're also facing a new series of truth or lies detecting and playing as your own collective game player, or playing as your own collective person. Now, another thing about this game I like to talk about is that it has a great potential to be one of the greatest games of 2017 or 2018, whenever it's out of development, because it has a great storyline to it. And I feel like it's very competitive to get to the arch that you are now with video games and see which one is better when it comes to decisive story making. So the thing about this game is there's great decisive story making, and I love it. This is why it's one of my favorite games presented at E3 2016.
This is our story.
Now, getting more on the combat side of things, here's the game that I was very excited for E3 2016, which was For Honor. Now, For Honor takes you as you could be either a Viking or a samurai or a knight. And the thing about this game is, it's very great at showing combat sequences back from those ages and times, combining the unique settings of medieval mixed with samurai times, and just overall times of when battling took your hardest in your greatest millennial fights in the world. Now, what I hope this game does is I hope it adds more than just Viking samurais and knights, adding ninjas or maybe Spartan warriors or something in that form. I love this game, and when I first saw it at E3 2016, I was very in love with it automatically, showing the depiction of great fighters after a battle. And this is why overall, this is one of my favorite games at E3 2016. So you should go get it, go pre-order it right now. Another game that I saw during E3 2016 was Horizon Zero Dawn. It was one of my first anticipated games I was waiting for, and here it is right now. Not only has it been able to show and anticipate me more than any other game ever, but it showed this unique side of cybernetic Trons and Tyrannosaurus Rexes that got me going crazy for the game in the first place. At first, I never liked this game, and at first I was really wary about this game at first, but then after watching it and seeing the gameplay footage of this, it has become one of my favorite games and one of my most anticipated games, other than No Man's Sky, for E3 2016. Now, as you can see, it uses a little bit of the system of, Tomb Raider, using Uncharted, using Witcher, using different sources and different things to combine into an overall great game for great players of overall stats and wealthness. Now, while watching this gameplay, I see the utilization of, different tools and different unique weapons being used, as she uses kind of like this Lara Croft type of thing, which I think she's a better protagonist, and a way better protagonist than Lara Croft herself. Now, as you can see, she uses the bow and arrow, she uses slingshots, she uses different weapons and utilizes her different tools. She seems to be in touch with nature, like a Merida from Brave. She seems to be really in touch with it and really fascinated by the cybernetic trons and prepared to take down any of these any of these dinosaurs or cybernetics that she sees possible. Now, one thing that I see in this trailer is her being able to utilize and, take some attachments, take some installations out of the whole player game right there, and take out some of the, main goals out of the cybernetic dinosaur and utilize them for making a new weapon or new equipment for arrows or weapons or slingshots or different things such as that. Now, one thing about it is she's a great female protagonist, and I'm glad that they put more female protagonists in video games like this, when there aren't a lot of female protagonists that much anymore in video games at all. As you can see, she is able to utilize everything in her tool, everything in her power to take down this one robot who has been corrupting robots such. And everything that I've seen in this gameplay, much more than anything else, is the love for greatness and a love from Sony to make everything better than what it wasn't before when it comes to great gameplay. This is Sony's next thing for Uncharted, even though Uncharted left. This is kind of like the next thing for Uncharted, I think, or Star Wars Battlefront, or anything in particular. 16, so you should go buy it and pre-order it and get ready to play it, because it's too good. And my last and final one that was a very great game at E3 2016 was God of War. Yes, God of War, people. The Kratos returns and is ready to go kick some butt again. And this time, he seems a little bit more mature and a little bit more different than usual. Instead of carrying his two, pickaxe type of weapons, he's carrying an axe. So it seems that he's more mature and has gained a lot more wisdom and knowledge than the usual Kratos we all know and love. The tenacious and, ready to kill anybody on the spot type of Kratos. But is still able to kick more butt than usual. Now he became more mature now. I also see a lot more development in the character and a lot more story, and perpetuated at a more older audience that knows more about the God of War franchise. Now, I hope here that they're able to, still make it a puzzle-based game, because sometimes in the game it was still puzzles from God of War 1, 2, and 3, where you had to push the crate around and, fix a node or do something like that, where you would be able to, do what you do to like, change the story and, figure out what you want to do. Now, another thing I hope they do, especially, is be able to, tie up Greek mythology with what they want to tie it up with Kratos. So I hope they're able to tie in Greek mythology with him as well, and not try to lay back on that, but bring it to a more perpetuated stance now, showing that this is what it is. Ares, Zeus, Poseidon, more people like this, kind of like what was shown in God of War 1, 2, and 3 as well, because that is my favorite franchise. So God of War being shown is one of my favorite things, and that's why I love this game, and that's why this is one of my favorite games presented at E3 2016. Well, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share this to anybody you know. So I'll see you later, and don't forget to go eat pineapples, and I'll check you out later. Bye-bye.